Good morning and welcome. Good day, good afternoon, and welcome to everyone that's here, whether you're watching it live in person or if you're catching it on the replay. We'd like to know where you're from. So if you're able to pop in, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm your host, Coach Phil. This is the Business Renovator, and this is all about sales, marketing, and mindset. If you have a question for us at any time, just shoot me an email. The information's right there. But let's jump into this little video. Hey, welcome back. I'm actually a focal point business coach, trainer, facilitator, and mentor. So if you have a question that you want to have asked by to a business coach, reach out and ask me. And if it's not my area of expertise, I have access to a couple of hundred awesome men and women around the globe. Any question around business, fire it my way. I don't have all the answers, but I do have access to some brilliant people. Speaking of brilliance, this book, Customer Delight 365, created and authored by my friend Brian Monahan, whom I met about 16 months ago, and we are both part of a mastermind group. Isn't that interesting? Mastermind group, something that Napoleon Hill wrote in his book, Think and Grow Rich. One of the success principles or success laws. So it's the beginning of a new month. It's the start of the second half of the year, and I wanted to take some great wisdom from Customer Delight 365. One of the quotes for July 1st, which was yesterday, and it was Canada Day then. On Sunday, I believe, was July 4th, which is July 4th in the U.S. So all my American friends, associates, and colleagues, a happy 4th of July. The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. Kalu Dukui Kalu. Now, I might have screwed that up totally because I'm not sure what language that is, but I was relevant to what we're talking about today. And I want to skip over to what did Brian have for the 4th of July? And he says, stop wasting your time following up with people who never, ever call you back. If they wanted you, they would have hired you already. Scott Ginsberg, the guy with a name tag. Brian's take on that is we can't be something to everybody. Sometimes the best model is to focus on the bird in the hand versus the two in the bush. Boy, this Brian guy's pretty smart, huh? Anyway, hint, your bird in your hand is probably friends with the birds in the bush. Serve your bird well, and the other birds of the feather will eventually get together. This Brian's brilliant, just brilliant. If you haven't met him, you should. If you haven't got his book, you might want to get it. It's a great reminder, different quote every day. So I see we have a couple of guests here. Let's see who's here before I jump into my topic today. It's Sean Litvak. He has his own podcast. It's all about leadership, and it happens on Fridays, and I forget the time. Otherwise, I give him a plug. If he puts it in here, I will plug it. He's in. Oh, I can't say. I always get in trouble when I say Louisville because that's not the way you're supposed to say it. It's Louisville. I hope that worked. And Wes Wyatt, he's another guy who's part of our mastermind, and he's telling us to have a dynamite day. And the thing I love about these guys that are popping in here is the key to what high achievers have. It's a common thread, which is what I want to talk about today. In my teaching, training, coaching business, I have an example that we use to impress upon people what that magic word is. There's a couple of magic words, but this one's really a common thread through everything in life. So a bunch of years ago, one of the universities in the U.S. did a study on behalf of the Carnegie Foundation. And what they found was the three things to success and high achieving people are three words. The first one is knowledge. The second one is skill. And the third one is attitude. Those are the three keys to success in any endeavor in life. Now, what percentage of each one of those did they come up with? What percentage of knowledge, what percentage of skill, and what percentage of attitude? Well, normally what I would do is if I was facilitating with a group with live people where I could get them to interact and tell me that, I'd get them to tell me that. And I would write it up on the board, and we'd look at what the numbers are. And they go anywhere from 33 1/3, which means everybody gets the equal amount, to 80-20, 20-20-60, variety of different numbers. And what the study determined was that it's actually 15% in total for skills and knowledge, and 85% for attitude. See, attitude is the underpinning for high achievers. One of the things that's common in the people that I work with and that I've seen, and or I would deem as high achievers, is it's all about attitude, and they can hire people with a great attitude, and then they can train them and develop their skills. It's really difficult to train and develop somebody's attitude if they're not open and receptive to it. A good friend of ours, Jeffrey Gitomer, has a book out called The Little Gold Book of Yes, and it's all about the yes attitude. And like he says in this book, nobody wakes up and goes, attitude. Oh, look what they do. They go, yes, yes. They pump it up and go, yes. And go. So Jeffrey's pretty smart in his writings. Now, this is the earlier edition. I do have an updated version, but it's somewhere else in my office, and I have it everywhere. But everything is attitude. Zig Ziglar said, if you have a good attitude, not aptitude, you'll increase your altitude. Who would have thunk, right? 3 A's. I see there's another mega minder. It's Randy Chaffee. Good morning, he says. He is actually a road warrior. I'm going to bring these guys on so you know what I'm talking. Look at that handsome dude. He's traveling all over the U.S., well, at least the eastern side of it, but I believe he represents across the U.S. a variety of different products. Brilliant guy. He's went from being a Randy 1.0 to Randy 2.0 hybrid, and he's doing things that guys that are half his age are afraid to do, don't think will work, and he's making shit happen, which is the same for the next guy I'm going to bring on, which is, look at this guy here. He's up here a couple of times. Oh my gosh, look at that. Tim Lord joined in as well. Sean, look at that great picture of him and his lovely bride. He's in Louisville, not Louisville, not Louisville. That's wrong. I got told off with love by our friend Michelle. You don't say it that way. If you could spell it the proper way, I'll post it up, guys. Phonetically, put it up how we're supposed to say Louisville. So then other people will be as educated as me. Well, they might be even better educated than me. Anyway, good to see you, Sean. Wes, the dynamite guy. Another mega reminder. It is the July 4th weekend. Yes, and yesterday here in Canada was Canada Day. It's been an interesting time. People want to cancel Canada Day. We've had some atrocities, as all nations have, and it's a really awful thing that went on. And anyway, let's not go there. Let's stay with a positive attitude, and let's bring on the guy who has an agency that's killing it in a variety of different ways. Here he is. Look at this. It's Tim Lord. He calls me the professor. There's him and his dad. What a great picture, huh? Look at that smile. Tim's a good-looking one standing up with a big smile, and that's his dad in his arms. What a beautiful picture. It's all about attitude today, guys. All about attitude. Another book around attitude that I wanted to bring up. See if I can remember how to navigate this thing. I think I can. Watch this. Look at that. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. Just hang on. Where is it? Here it is. It's coming up here. It's this book here. Now I have to go over to this side because I would be covered up by it. So this is a great book on attitude. Psycho-Cybernetics really talks a lot about self-image and how we see ourselves automatically is how we kind of show up in people's experiences. So if you're not happy with your life in some way, this is a great book to look in and dive into by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. He first started out as a plastic surgeon. They would do all of these improvements with surgery, new noses, smaller noses, bigger noses, less body parts, bigger body parts, just all sorts of things. And what he found was a majority of people, after they've done the surgery, still weren't happy with what was going on. So that caused him to dive into the psychology of stuff. So he went back to school and became a psychologist as well. So he then put away the scalpel, I believe, and just used psychological surgery to help people change their self-image so that they could live a happier, abundant life, to live the life they choose to live instead of wallowing in despair. So another mentor of mine, Lou Tice, he was an advocate of helping us stop under living. So that's what I like to do under the Business Renovator, is help people stop under living and live to their potential and beyond, to be more than what they were before we started down this journey. And I have to say, I've had many cases where I've had the opportunity to share in that journey and see people's lives change immensely. I just had something happen recently, Wednesday, actually. I got some feedback. It's a group of managers that I work with a company, and they've got a group of 30 sales people, from the VP of sales right on down to the guys with the gals with their leather to the pavement. And one of them, the most he'd ever sold in his tenure as a sales rep of this industry was about $50K a month. I'm happy to say he's broke that record this month. I was astounded, but not shocked, and amazed, but not surprised, that he not only broke 50,000, but he hit 400,000. And last I heard, he was aspiring to hit 500,000 before July 1st showed up. That's massive. So being part of that process with people is what cranks me up. Yes, I get paid for it, and paid very well, but that's really not what drives me. My attitude is around, how can people live to their potential? How can they stop under living and start living to their potential? That's what cranks me up. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the group, and I'm getting close to wrapping this up, but I wanted to make sure I've got everybody on here. Look at this. Randy's giving kudos to all of us. He's saying hi to all of our Megamind friends that are here. They showed up at the last minute, well, only last minute because I only posted it about 30 minutes ago that I was going live today. I haven't been live for about a week and a half, and I was starting to get withdrawals. So in our newsletter we have with Focal Point, there's a really good article on the reasons why you might want to consider doing live events. And everybody that I brought up today in the Megamind group all do a live event, at least one a week. Some of them do more, but at least one a week. Anyway, wow, it's great to be hanging out with my friends, the Megaminders. And I hope you guys in the US, because that's where the majority of them are going to have a wonderful and safe celebration with your July 4th on Sunday, right? Today's the second, yeah, it's Sunday. And I think you'll get Monday off. So it's kind of a long weekend for you. And maybe some of you have even started today. And if you've been working hard, why not take time off to celebrate all the things that you've done? If you, again, if you have a question for the Business Renovator, myself, or if it's a question that I don't know the answer to, I have access to some wonderful people. And it might even be some of the people that I brought up there in a banner that might be invited to come back and answer that question. If you have a question around business, sales, marketing, mindset, this is a place to get your questions answered. Last thing I want to bring up, and then I'm going to end it for you guys, is one more little thing. This creative image here, not the black part around it, but the wonderful, was something that I had commissioned by Callahan, who has a company called Cards That Wow. So this is a piece of a card that she created for me. Matter of fact, I will hold the card up that she's done for me. Cards That Wow. And the reason I have this wonderful is one of my mentors several decades back wanted to remind all of us that each one of us is unique, hence the you. And wonderful is a great word with an O, but if you change it to the you, as in you are wonderful, it has so much more meaning to it. So as I leave this broadcast today, I want you to think about how wonderful you are, because you are. Till we meet again, I'm Coach Phil, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.